here, whether Holborn Muslim circles or not, get involved, support your community to move forward, inshallah.
I'm moving to Holborn.
So, Friends of Al-Aqsa. Friends of Al-Aqsa is a UK-based non-profit, non-government organisation defending human rights of Palestinians and protecting the sacred Al-Aqsa. I'd like him to do a small presentation on a dates campaign that they are endeavouring to do, inshallah. So without further ado, I'll pass it over to Brother Shamil. He's the head of public affairs at Friends of Al-Aqsa.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. You know, when I was invited to speak for a few minutes, I do know how blessed I would be to be in the presence of such a brilliant organisation. We've seen in the last couple of minutes what fantastic work they've been doing over the last year. And inshallah, alhamdulillah, you know, last year they supported Friends of Al-Aqsa, and inshallah this year you'll continue to support Friends of Al-Aqsa. I know you've been here for a very long time, so I'll keep it short, I promise. Very quickly, Friends of Al-Aqsa, we've been going for about 12 to 14 years now. Head office based in Leicester, I'm from the London branch. The work that we do is for peace in Palestine. Brothers and sisters, we've heard today about the signs of Judgment Day. We know Judgment Day is coming. We've also heard today the Ummah is one body. If part of that body hurts, the whole of that body hurts. Brothers and sisters, you see on the news, you hear through Facebook, you hear through the internet, Palestine is in pain. Our brothers and sisters there are in pain. I've only got a few short minutes, so I can't go into the history or the virtues of Jerusalem or Masjid al-Aqsa, but brothers and sisters, there's free literature outside. During Ramadan, we spend in Europe £60 million on dates during Ramadan. Alhamdulillah, £60 million, that's fantastic. That £60 million, those dates are actually from Israel. So during the time in Ramadan, when we're supposed to be thinking about those who are less fortunate than ourselves, we are in fact, without knowing, purchasing dates that are oppressing. They're helping the oppression of Israel. They're helping the illegally occupied territories to maintain and sustain themselves by buying these dates. So for the third year running this year, inshallah with the help of HMC, we'll be running Check the Label campaign. Check the Label is exactly what it says. It's quite self-explanatory. You know, as Muslims or people now, we always check the label, you know, how much fat there is, how much salt there is, etc. All we ask you to do is check the label and see where these dates are from. Are they from Israel, West Bank, or Jordan Valley? Now, before, I'll be honest, when I see them from West Bank, I say, oh, fantastic, I'm actually, you know, helping our brothers and sisters in Palestine. But West Bank is occupied territories. This land has been taken from Palestine by Israel. So this land is no longer for the Palestinians. The Israelis have stolen that land, they're getting the agriculture, the dates from there and sending them on. So what we need to do, inshallah, this year, is for every single person here, get involved. We've heard previously, it's our responsibility to get involved. As Muslims, we need to get involved. We need to get involved every single way we can. On the Day of Judgment, we'll be asked, what did we do? This is a perfect opportunity for you to get involved. And there's something for everybody, whether you're on Facebook promoting Check the Label campaign, changing your Facebook profile, whether you're outside your local masjid giving out literature. I'll tell you one of the biggest responses we got over the last 2 years was when we were giving out dates. Dates from Israel, really. People just didn't know. You know, subhanAllah, that's fine. But it's our responsibility to tell people. Now everyone here knows where we're going to boycott our dates from. Israel, West Bank and Jordan Valley. Fantastic, alhamdulillah. Now we go tell our parents, we tell our mum, we tell our dad, we tell our brothers, we tell our sisters, we tell everyone at school, we tell everyone at college, etc., etc. We get online, we get on Facebook, we get on Twitter, we spread this word. We should be in a situation that in Britain this year, we do not buy a single date. No, a single Muslim breaks their fast with a date from Israel, West Bank and Jordan Valley. Because brothers and sisters, this is feeding into the oppression. This is feeding into the Israeli power that they have on the Palestinians and our brothers and sisters, and they are hurting. I can't go into the history now because time is short, but I urge you all to go on to www.aqsa.org.uk, go on to Friends of Al-Aqsa on Facebook, etc. Our stores outside, sign up, inshallah, get involved, and once again, alhamdulillah, this is a fantastic organisation. You guys are doing fantastic work, and inshallah we can work together. Jazakallah for your time.
The question is, and east will float you. What does that mean? Does that mean Oslo or some people in some other land or what? And the second question is, would the Yajuj and Majuj serve the Dajjal?
The balance, I mentioned the hadith, it's authentic hadith, that the army with black banners will come from Khorasan. And they will come, and the question is, the hadith saying they will come and slaughter you. And the likes of which no people has seen before. No one has seen before. The scholars mentioned that, I mentioned the khulafa, or three leaders, the Imam Mehdi, and there will be basically people competing with each other's path, and there will be a civil infight in that particular land, whether it be Medina or in that particular area, right? There will be a civil warfare. People will be fighting each other. The Imam Mehdi, he will withdraw himself from that, right? And the army with the black banners from Khorasan, they will come and fight those people who are creating the mischief, the corruption, the civil war. Yeah, and then they will go to the people will give bay'ah to Imam Mehdi in Mecca, in the Rukn al-Maqam. Is that clear?
The second question was, will the Yajuj and Majuj serve the Dajjal? Yes. They will be coming out in numbers that are unprecedented, and there will be a violent, bloodthirsty people. It said that there's a hadith where it says that out of 1,000 people in the Akhirah, 999 will go to Jahannam and only one will go to Jannah. When the Sahaba heard this, their hearts dropped. Out of 1,000 people, 999 go to Jahannam and only one goes to Jannah. What's going to happen to us, Ya Rasulullah? This is impossible. Such a huge number. He said, don't worry, because many of them, overwhelming amount of them will be Yajuj and Majuj. They'll be huge in number. They'll come out because you know the story that Dhul Qarnayn has built the wall which preserves them and keeps them locked up, and they dig in and they see light coming through, and then they stop and say, we'll finish the work tomorrow. And when tomorrow comes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reconstructs the wall again, the wall comes back again. So before the day of judgment, they will be released and will be spread throughout the lands. Serving Dajjal, will there be like a military organization and a kind of an understanding or leadership? Allahu Alam, but they will both be working for fasad and evil and corruption and to kill and destroy the Muslims and the Islamic people.
Shukran. Any more questions on both sides? Yeah, bro.
Assalamu alaikum. With regards to the current revolution happening in the Arab world and in North Africa, do you think this has any relevance to us? Or what do you think? I mean, can we learn anything from this?
The question is, in regard to the current revolutions and crises that's taking place, sweeping the Middle East really, and other crises in the world, do they have any relevance to us living in London, living in Holborn, in a council flat, going to a secondary school or college, working in Tesco's, and so on and so forth, yeah? Yeah, in a way, yes and no, yeah? Yes and no. Firstly, yes, because what is happening in the Middle East, in Palestine, in Syria, in Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, right? Most of the people are our brothers and sisters in Islam, yeah. And what is happening there? They are taking their rights back, right? They've been run by kings and also queens and evil leaders, and they are taking their rights by marching peacefully, demonstrating peacefully outside in the street. So in that sense, we have to more spiritually be with them, support them where we can, make dua for their safety, make dua for their security, and so and as anyone, even Muslim or non-Muslim. If there are non-Muslims who are suffering pain and so on and so forth, we should want their safety and security. It's part of our iman, part of our aqidah, and so on and so forth, right? And this is more, this is even more important when it comes to Muslims. So yes, in that way it has relevance. So we should think about our position in this dunya, think about what is ahead of us and so on and so forth. And know in a sense that we are not obliged to go and try and march over there. We're not obliged to do that at all. Our obligation remains where we are in our locality. What am I doing as a Muslim? Am I practicing Islam? Am I following the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? There are some Muslims who understand, things happen all the time. During the time of the Prophet Muhammad, they didn't have satellite dishes, they didn't have Twitter, they didn't have Facebook, but things happen, right? They some of them they didn't know about what was happening in other parts of the world, and some of them they did, but they were more concerned with their own reality, with how are they being productive in their own community, how are they being productive in their own locality, are they being upright Muslims? Are they being positive ambassadors of Islam in their locality? So I would say yes and no, because there are some Muslims who are out there, say, Akhi, we have to go, Akhi, we have to do that. Akhi, no, recite the Quran properly, Akhi. Learn about your fiqh, Akhi. Learn about your, come closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Learn about your Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I hope that answers the question.
Any more questions in the bronze? Yeah? Okay, if there's no other questions, we'll take it.
Is it not true that there's no particular order, you order the minor signs first, then the major signs? So is it not possible that some of the major, like maybe one or two of the major signs may have already come and then the minor signs will? Like some minor signs come with the major signs as well or something like that?
Well, the 10 major signs that we mentioned, from the fog, the coming of the Dajjal, the rising of the sun from the west, the Yajuj and Majuj, the 10 that we mentioned, they will not come intermingled with the minor signs, because one of the important things is, as soon as one of the 10 signs come, that's it, there will be no more tawbah, there will be no more repenting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are who you are at that time. So if you've done, you can't go back, you can't start off again. So that's why once one of the signs come, then it will be known to the people that this is it, that the signs have started, and the process of the Qiyamah will start. So the minor signs are happening. Some of them haven't been established with certainty as of yet. Many of them have. But what we mustn't do, and I think I'd like to reiterate, we mustn't fixate ourselves with the signs. It's important to know through knowledge, because of ilm, what are the minor signs, what are the major signs. And it's also important to teach your children and your families about this. But what we need to fixate ourselves about is, my major sign for Qiyamah is my death. When am I going to die? I don't know. Prophet Abdullah Hassan said it could be any time. People are dying at any moment. It's not necessary that the people who are old and frail that they die. Anybody dies at any time. When you die, there are going to be questions that you're going to be asked. You're not going to be asked about the major signs or the minor signs. Did you know the major signs of them? You're going to be asked, how was your prayer? Did you establish your prayer? How was your relationship with your family? Did you disobey your mom? Did you leave the earth upsetting your parents? Because if you did, that's a major sin. So these are what we need to do is not fixate on it's like the glamour stories, the Hollywood headlines. No, we are people who are practical. We are people who are about submission and humility. We're people about increasing our amal. And these are the boring, mundane things. Praying, waking up for Fajr. Who's going to write headlines about that? Dajjal, that's a headline story. Waking up for Fajr, sacrificing your bed in the summer, to wake up and make wudu with cold water. Nobody makes headlines with that. But these are the things that get you to Jannah. These are the important things. And this is what we're talking about. Hopefully that answers your question.
I think we'll leave it at that, inshallah. Is there a quick question, inshallah? Yeah, go for it.
Now that you said Dajjal come for 40 days, I heard the 10 days are split, so the first 10 days is the X amount of years, and the next 10 days. Is that true, or if it's ridiculous?
Yeah, that's true. There was a lot that we could have mentioned. Unfortunately, Brother Nazmo cut us short. Let the speakers talk, bro. Yeah, you get us here. We should talk. Let us talk freely. But anyway, yes. Yeah. Do you agree with